IRA investing is important year-round, but as of the date of this video, it is more crucial than ever. Let's get into why. So IRA stands for Individual Retirement Account. The sole purpose of this account is for you to save money for retirement, which means that once you put money into it, you can't take it out until you're 59.5 years old. The benefit of this account are the tax deduction. The way the tax deduction applies can be different if it's a Roth or a traditional IRA. If you don't know the difference between the two, you can check out the video that we did a few months ago where we explain all the details. But for the sake of this video, the type of IRA will not make a difference. Now, every year per law, you're allowed to invest up to $6,000 in your IRA. The only condition is that you have to be earning income. So even if you're a college student, you can still open an account as long as you have a paid job during the same year. If you don't have an IRA, you can open one in less than 5 minutes with Fidelity by using the link below. It's gonna ask you for some simple personal details, your social security number, your address, your employment status, and a few questions that are gonna be very simple for you, but are just mandated by law. We do not get any commissions by you opening an account with Fidelity. It's just the accounts that we use in the channel, and they have no fees or minimum, so we really recommend it. The reason why it's so important to open an account right now and put money into it is because the deadline for investing the $6K allowed per year is approaching. Contrary to what you would think, the deadline is not December 31st, but April 18th of the following year. So if you open a Fidelity account right now and you go and try to put money into it, it's still gonna ask you if you want to contribute money for 2021 or if you want to contribute money for 2022. And even if you're watching this and you already filed your 2021 taxes, you can still contribute money to your IRA and either not have to do anything because it was a Roth IRA, or if you contribute money to your traditional IRA, you can just send an amended tax return and that'll be completely fine. So if you're watching this video the day or the week that it comes out, you have less than 3 weeks to invest your money. I heavily recommend that you try to find a way to get the closest as possible to the 6K limit and put it in as soon as you can. The earlier that you start, the more that it will compound. So let me show you an example of how much of a difference it actually makes if you start today. If you go into our financial calculator here and we say that we want to contribute $6,000, just a one-time contribution because we just want to show the difference of investing today. We want to compound it for 35 years because that's kind of the investment horizon you're gonna have if you're investing for retirement and you're like in your 20s, 30s. We use a return rate of 7%, which is conservative based on the S&P 500. And the calculator requires me to add an additional contribution. So I'm just gonna put less than 1 cent per year, which is not gonna make a difference. And we calculated, we see that those initial $6,000 are gonna contribute $58,000 in interest over the investment horizon. That's just a difference for you starting 1 year earlier and putting the $6,000 today. And if you want to take it up a notch, you can check out the video that my co-host Barney did a few months ago. He uses the same parameters as I did here, but it calculates the difference between contributing every year starting at 22 years old versus starting at 32. It shows that the difference in returns is going to be over 600K and pretty much you retiring a millionaire or not. And if you're watching this months or even years after it came out, it is still really important that you contribute money to your IRA. If you can find a way to put $500 a month aside and you invest it in your IRA, you're gonna be reaching that 6K limit by the end of the year. I know it's hard and I personally struggle sometimes, but if you can't reach that level yet, just set a goal and try increasing it every so often. And if you want some tips on how to actually invest the money that you put into your Roth IRA, I heavily recommend the 3-part series that I did a few months ago. I explain everything related to IRAs, from opening an account to even a detailed explanation on what to invest in. And if there's anything else that you want to see related to personal finance, please make sure that you leave it in the comments and we'll definitely check it out. And if you like the video, make sure that you hit the like button and the subscribe button because we make videos like this every Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.